Hi everyone, welcome to Optimistic Planning. My name is Kadeen, and this channel is all about taking those small, actionable steps towards financial freedom. And that's one, getting out of debt, saving more, and simply spending within my means. If that sounds like something that you're interested in, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe. Today, I thought I would do something a little different. I was actually sitting here, it's about 9 p.m. Oh, 10. It's about 10 p.m. And I was sitting here actually starting to plan for the first week of August. And I thought, why not record it? And so I have a template that I created on Canva that I keep track of my bills, also what I stuff, which typically is off to the side when I'm doing my cash stuffing. And I thought I would just walk through actually updating my template with you. So obviously well, I don't know if it's obvious, but the purpose of this template is genuinely to keep me on track and for me to physically write. I really do enjoy the process of handwriting. I mean, most of us don't really write on anything most days. And so I've been liking to physically have to write things out. And so that is one. And then also like constantly having to update this template and rewrite this template every week really like is a way for me to center myself every at least once a week, saying like, don't go over budget, don't spend unnecessarily. And so I just like that process of having to physically write it out. And so that's one of my main purposes of actually doing this template. I actually plan to update the template in the next couple weeks because there are some things that I think need to change and such, but we will get there when we get there. So the first page is a monthly overview, just a nice quick calendar snapshot. I then have a section for priorities and any additional notes. I then have like a cute little section for vision boards, and maybe I can show you how I have used it before, and I actually just really like the look of it. Hopefully you guys can see it. Yeah. But, just taking photos from Pinterest and laying it out in a way that like speaks to what I'm envisioning for this upcoming month. And it's great. I've been super focused on working out. Also, we've been having a lot of people over, so this has been executed the last month, romance. And then also like, just an aesthetically clean house, and that has come to fruition. And so I do like having vision boards. I try not to fill it up too much, but that goes there. And then I have a financial overview. I put my income here, what I budget in terms of what is actually going to go towards cash stuffing goes here, what I actually bring in like in total, and then any leftover money goes here as we spend things as we cash stuff. And so I try to keep track of that. The next section is my bills, and I write out my bills. I actually go in and I check off when a bill is paid. I put the due date and also the amount, and then have a total down here. The next slide is a tracker for my debts and my sinking funds. And I don't actively use the sinking fund section, which I will do today, but I haven't been. But I put my debts, there's so much here that needs to actually be updated in terms of starting balance, ending balance, the amount of interest incurred. I also want to track if I if I charged anything on any of my credit cards. And I think that that would be valuable for me to have to write that out. Again, another just pen to paper, having to write it out so that I keep aware of things. So, that's just some side updates that I want to do there. Then we have sinking funds, which I haven't really gotten into a lot of sinking funds just because my budget is limited because I have so much debt. I think this past year I've been paying about $900 every month on debt. I'm super excited. I cannot wait to show you guys once the all my payments towards my Capital One goes through, so I can show myself, right, show myself the zero that is there. And so that's another about $200 that's back in my account, back in my budget, that is within the money that you guys see me constantly set aside for extra payments. It got colluded, but nonetheless, I I'm excited to do this one because I'm going to prematurely put a zero because I know that I've paid it off. The only thing that's outstanding is interest, which I won't know until my next statement comes out. But for right now, it's a zero, and that's what I care about. The last sheet is a weekly budget, and this is where I come in and I put all the categories, what I'm budgeting, and the actual denominations and the totals that after I finish cash stuffing, and I count it again just to make sure that what I counted and the result or the total that came in from my cash stuffing video is accurate. I put that here. And so that is the all of the pages that I have for in my planner per month. And just to go back to the weekly, I literally copy this every week and put the date up here. And so that has been really, really good. I actually like it. I enjoy that page. Okay, so let's jump in. I'm going to start off by updating the month date, the dates of the month. All right, so wrote in all of the days. I am going to jot down some important dates that are coming up. So my father-in-law is actually coming over this weekend. So maybe let me do this. And then I have a program that I'm super excited to start that's having its first day. And I'll just label it LC first day. The program is called Leadership Charlotte. I'm in Charlotte, and the purpose is to immerse people who live here in the goings on of Charlotte, so, and more on not a professional, but just like a cultural and community based activities. And so takes like lets you understand the politics, lets you understand the history and how the community is functioning now and the police and things of that nature. And so I'm pretty stoked that I got accepted and super grateful. And so my first meeting will be on this date. The next meeting that I have with them is actually going to be over the third weekend, I think, fourth weekend, third weekend of the month, where we're actually going to go on a retreat. So I'm just going to title that LC Retreat. Next is some birthdays, which I'm gonna change the color, and I've just been changing the color without kind of talking you guys through that. But I like to do different colors per things. It makes things stand out. So I have two birthdays that I currently remember right now. I'll add in the other birthdays when I remember. So I've been talking about my sister. Her birthday is on the 16th, and then my stepfather's birthday is on the 20th. So I remember those off the top of my head. And then we actually have a couple people who are coming into town. We have not, like it's not, it is pretty much because of our debt journey that we have not been traveling. And so folks have actually been traveling to us, and we're very grateful. And so we are hosting this last week of second to last week of second to last weekend, excuse me, of August. We are hosting our best friends and their partners. And so I'm just jotting down when they're coming. Oh, one last other birthday, actually. One of my husband's friends, his birthday is on the 21st. I actually have a lot of birthdays in August. I just cannot remember them right now. And so I will input those a little bit later. That's how the month calendar looks, and that's how I typically try to keep it. I don't put my debt, my bills here or anything like that, just because I have like a whole other section for them. And yeah, I just don't. I mean, it might be useful, but I just haven't been, and so I'm not going to, you know, go overboard. So the other thing that I want to do is priorities. I Actually, we've been talking about creating a couples high yield. I've been trying to write in all capital so that it's easy to understand. My handwriting can be atrocious sometimes. So high yield savings account. Any notes right now? Now we're actually going to get into the fun stuff and go to Pinterest to find some photos that represent kind of like how I'm looking, the vibes of August, which I actually like these nails that just popped up. So I am going to screenshot that, and I immediately screenshot and edit. I could wait till later, but I don't like doing that. It just takes up more time. So I finished up with that. And so this is how that looks. That is my dashboard essentially. The next page is going to be my income. Obviously, I haven't gotten my income yet, and so I will not be filling that out. So, this is my debt and sinking fund tracker for August. And so, let's write out everything that we have going on. So, I have a Lightstream personal loan that I'm actually going to write the starting balance is 23,000. Oh, actually, I'm wrong. $22,823.79. And so that's our starting balance. Then we have my student loans. Now that which is starting off at $16,771.06. I'm still going to write my credit cards here. Capital One and my Chase. So, I'm so excited. I can't, like, I'm so stoked to put a zero there. Zero on both of those. Sinking fund. So our HOA, I guess it should say. So our balance, I think, is, let me pull this out and see where we are with HOA. I think we are at actually $60. Oh, where did it go? Okay, here we go. So I think we're at $60. So 20, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. $60. So that's our current balance. So I'm going to write that in next to the word HOA. And so $60. I'm pretty sure I'm going to actually put $20 in. I'm just trying to keep the same amount. And that's essentially the only sinking fund that I have going on right now that I'm tracking. And so that's the full page of my debt and sinking funds. The amount that's going to be paid, actually, I can put that in actually because I do know those. And so the amount that is going to go towards my light stream is $549.79, I think. And then my student loans will be $200, 26 $226.21. And then I am going to leave this spot open for any interest that comes in from my Capital One. And then Chase is a zero. And it's going to stay like that. I will not be using my Chase card for sure. And so this in total, which I'm actually going to write the total up here just so that it's closer. I'll put a nice line here. So total for our payment of debts is $776. Oh wow, it literally comes out to around a whole number. So that's awesome. So $776 goes out to debts now. And so I am prioritizing my light stream because it is a higher interest rate than my student loans. And student loans are a bit safer because depending on if, I can go into forbearance or income driven payments because these are federal loans. So I feel a little bit safer to put those on the back burner and focus on the things that they will come after me for. So focusing on this light stream for the next couple months, I project that by the end of 2026, this light stream loan will be fully paid off. I'm going to try my best to do it faster, but we will see because I also decided to prioritize sinking funds and starting to not full sinking funds like the HOA, but I plan to in the next couple weeks start having an envelopes for my at least one. Let's start with 1 month fund, and so you know, live stream and my putting aside money for emergencies is my focus for the rest of 2025 into the rest of 2026. And so that is our debts and sinking funds. And so let's now just start planning for this week coming. I am pretty sure it is August August 1st through August 7th. Yeah, August 7th, 2025. August 1st. And so I project that I'll get about $700 this paycheck for actual budgeting. And the categories that I need, I'll pull out my binder here. Grocery. Let's see what's in here because I am carrying over some money, which I'm super proud of. Didn't overspend. And so we have 120, 40, 60, 70, 80, 85, 90, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99. So 199. I typically put 200. There's technically already 200 in here. Maybe I round the 199 to 100 and then just add 100. So that'd be 101 because I already have 200. Well, technically 200. So we'll do 101 here. And let me actually use my calculator on my desk. I don't know if I doubt you guys will be able to see this, but I will be able to. So, all right. So what's remaining is $5.99. For dates, we have actually not been going on dates, and we only have $5 here. I don't want to do too much because we do have other priorities. So let's do 20. Let's slowly build this up. So we'll add 20 in to this week for shopping. Let's see. I mean I do need clothes, but I just have so many other priorities. I'm actually not going to add anything this week. So we're skipping that. Car, we're just skipping that too. We don't really need anything in there right now. I think I've said it a couple times. My husband pretty much takes care of all of our gas and things, and we have a pretty brand new car. So, not necessary for me to really be putting anything aside. I've just been saving money. So in personal, we currently have a 20. I do have a hair appointment in 2 weeks. That's gonna be tax included about $100. And so I need 80 more bucks. So let's just divide that in half and do 40 this week. And I'll do 40 next week and have the payment for my haircut. Then gifts. Like you guys saw, my sister's birthday is coming up, who I'm really trying to prioritize. So, we have 539. Let's see what's in here actually. $21. Let's put 25. Yeah, let's put 25 for my house fund. Let's see how much is in here, actually. This tends to be the most stacked. Oh, we took all the money back to the bank. So right now in the house fund is 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. And we just got our house cleaned this past Monday. So we I do need to quickly bulk this up. Let's do 80. Let's see. 150 minus 40. Okay, let's do 55. 55 here. All right, so that is our house fund. And so we have a remainder of 484. Let's see what's next. HOA. Let me actually see what's left because I might do more than what I typically do. So the last thing is our buffer. And I'm gonna do $5. I mean, you know, $5 and then debt repayment. And I'm gonna be doing $400. So what I have remaining is $79. And I'm wondering if I increase my buffer and also my HOA. Let me do $50 in HOA. And that leaves me $29. Let me do $9 more dollars in buffer. So that's $14 in buffer, and I have another 20, which it would be nice to have an additional 20 in my personal. And so I'm gonna have 60 in personal, 14 in buffer. HOA is $50, and I think I'm good with that. So let me calculate this and make sure that I have the right amount here. Oh wow, I don't have the right amount. Interesting. Oh, I have too much money. Shit. Okay. Okay, so this is actually supposed to be 25. All right. Well, miscalculated that one. All right, so last time 101 plus 20 plus 60 plus 25 plus 55 plus 25 plus 14 plus 400. That rounds us off to $700. And so now I'm going to go through and select the denominations. And so I need 100 and a dollar. I'll do a 20. Nothing needs to go here. I will do 3 20s, 120 and a 5. 2 20s, 110, 40, 50, 5, 1 5 for that one. 120, 1 5. And then we'll do a 10 and a 1, and then 400s. All right, so let me tally all of this up. 5 0 3 5 6 7 8. 2 1 2 3 0 and 2. All right. So this is what I'm going to try to get from the bank. My bank's been super weird not having certain denominations available at the actual ATM. So that's been a bit annoying, and hopefully tomorrow morning I will be able to actually grab the cash needed if I have enough time, or I might even go tonight and just grab what I can and make it work. But that is how my budget is going to look this week, and I am super grateful for you guys, thankful that you have watched, and that is the end of today's video. So I'll see you guys next time. Have a great week. See you soon. Bye.